What's up, YouTube? This is Bystander X79. Guys, today I'm coming to you with my latest deck profile for October 2019, and today we're going to be looking at my updated Yosenju deck. Alright, that's right, I went back to my original gassy weasel build, and I updated it with some of the new cards that we got from Rising Rampage earlier this year, and I can tell you this right now, Rising Rampage definitely did this deck a solid by giving it a brand new hand trap. And Isna, and I can tell you this right now, the deck is a bit of a pain for your opponent to deal with, considering that none of your monsters ever stick around on the field during their turn, and it makes it very hard for your opponent to respond, especially with the build that I have right here. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to get right into this deck. I'm going to start off by talking about the Yosenju Isna. Alright, now like all other Yosenju cards, during the turn this card is normal summon. She bounces herself from the field back to your hand, which is actually pretty damn awesome. Alright? Because you can control how many monsters you're on the field, this deck is a perfect fit for one particular field spell that we'll be covering in a bit. Alright? However, Isna has two other effects. Alright? First and foremost, she has her quote-unquote hand trap effect, which allows you to discard her to the graveyard during your turn, and then your opponent cannot respond to your Yosenju summons during the turn, which is just flippin' awesome. This allows you to go build your field and basically not have to worry about your opponent screwing up your plays. Alright? Now, Isna has another effect. While she's on the field and you control another Yosenju monster, you can activate this effect and you get to draw a card. So, she also provides a bit of a consistency boost for the deck, and that is actually pretty damn awesome. Alright? But of course, the main stars of the decks are the Yosenju Kamas, and this is what really starts the whole summoning mechanic to go, because the Yosenju Kamas, whenever you normal summon them immediately after the effect resolves, you get to another normal summon. So you can basically flood your field with Yosenju monsters very quickly, and it makes this deck an insane link summoning engine. Alright, now Combo 1 has an effect that if you control another Yosenju monster, you can activate this effect, target one of your opponent's monsters, and bounce it off the field. So it has a built-in compulsory evacuation device effect, which is actually pretty cool. Alright? Doesn't come up a lot in this particular build, but when it does, is damn important. Alright? The effect that you really want to be utilizing in this deck is the effect of Yosenju Kama 2. And the primary reason why is that this card can jump over your opponent's monsters and just hit them directly. Alright, yes, the battle damage is halved, but hey, starting off at 1800 attack points means you're going to be hitting for 900 attack every time you poke at them. Having multiple Kama 2s, those pokes go up to 1800, and that's even before you start adding attack multipliers like Fire from Ancient Take into the mix. Alright? Always good to have. Alright? And those pokes are not going to go to waste. They won't just reduce your opponent's life points, they're also going to turn around and triple off Yosenju Kama 3's effect. Whenever one of your Yosenju monsters inflicts damage to your opponent, you're searching your deck for another Yosenju monster to add from your deck to your hand, which is just awesome. Alright? Overall, the Kama strategy is the strongest strategy in the Yosenju archetype. Alright? It's much better than the Pendulum variant, and it offers a whole lot more control. And to help add to the control, I am running an artifact package in here. I run 2 Lancia to stop banishing, and artifact scythe to stop your opponent from summoning out monsters from their extra deck. Okay. Going off into the spells, oh boy, consistency is something that this deck does not have a problem with, and 3 copies of Card Demise. It's just such a natural fit for the deck, considering that the Yosenjus return to your hand during your end phase, and you get to actually stack the effects in which they happen. So you can actually have the Card Demise effect where you have to discard whatever cards remain in your hand first, and then have your Yosenjus return, so you can basically summon over and over again during the rest of your following turns. Since this deck doesn't really special summon all that much, Card Demise is not going to slow you down one bit. I mean, it's very useful, especially after you've summoned most of your monsters and set your back row. Okay? Get you deeper into your deck, get you more back row onto the field, and it just allows you to set up for your next turn. Alright, and of course, I myself am now running 3 copies of Land of Demise. Since Meta first went down to 1, this card took over its slot, and the primary reason why we're running Demise of Lands is basically because if your opponent special summons, you can activate this card and basically drop one of the 3 copies of Mystic Mine onto the field. And Mystic Mine, while it's on the field and your opponent controls more monsters than you, they can't attack or activate monster effects. So, yeah, it's a natural fit for this deck, especially considering that the Yosenjus do return to your hand during the end phase. So as long as you don't overextend and are capable of putting just enough monsters on the field, you're always going to be in a position to keep Mystic Mine on the field and screw over your opponent by locking them out of doing anything. Alright. Of course, I mentioned this before. 3 copies of Fire Formation Tenki. You can search out any Beast Warrior from your deck, and that's all the Yosenjus right there. Power boost them by 100 attack per copy of this card on the field. So, pretty damn awesome. 2 copies is 200 points. Add that to the 800 of Combat 2, that's up to 2,000, which means all damage is going to be 1,000, and you have a couple Combat 2s in the field, that's multiple thousands your opponent's losing. So yeah. And of course, to help dig through your deck, get to the cards you need, 3 Power of Duality. Again, this card is pretty much a staple in the deck. You could turn around and side, if you do have the ability to side out, or swap out cards for other cards, you could easily swap out Demise for Desires, because this deck does run a lot of 3-ofs in it, or you can even do Power of Extravagance. This deck doesn't really extend all that much into the extra deck, but it's there in case you need to use it. Alright? So those are just 2 other options for draw power for the deck. Alright? Moving forward, 3 copies of Artifact Sanctum, just to get your artifacts onto the field to shut your opponent down. And then if it pops, you pop a monster off their field, which is just awesome. And of course, you got a compulsory evacuation device in there. This card is insanely handy with this deck because you can actually then bounce a Yosenju monster that's on the field. This wound up getting his effect negated by something like maybe an effect failure or even an impermanence. Alright, get it off the field. This way you can keep Mystic Mine live. Alright. Heavy Storm Duster, basically to take out opponent back row as well as trip off Sanctum. So, awesome card to have. And then, last but not least, to get to your normal traps. Yeah, that's right. 3 copies of Trap Trick. Oh man, this card just allows you to be able to get any trap card from your deck onto the field, and then you're able to activate it the same turn. So it's just an overall amazing card for this deck strategy. Alright, that's it for the 40 card main deck. Onto the extra deck. Like I said, this particular main deck doesn't really utilize the extra deck all that much, but it's there. Alright. And of course, Abyss Dweller shuts down graveyard effects, so very important card to have. Castell, again, has the ability to flip monsters face down or bounce them off the field. Both good effects. Alright. Digustal Emerald, awesome card. Can recycle things in your graveyard back into your deck to get extra draws. Evil Swarm, Exciton Knight, I mean, it's a board nuke on your opponent's board as long as they control more monsters on the field and in the hand than you do. Alright. You got the Utopia package in there to swing big when you need to swing big. And of course, I also have Babushka in there to turn around and be able to stall when you have to stall. Alright, for the links, 2 copies of Firefighting Dharmadal. Oh my god, this card is so good. It powers itself up by 100 points for every single beast, wing beast, or beast warrior card that you have on the field. Alright, so this card can actually get pretty big, pretty fast with a lot of Yosenjus on the board. Alright, but you can also target 1 spell and trap card on both sides of the field, and basically pop them. And also, if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you get a beast, wing beast, or beast warrior monster from your graveyard back to your hand, which is completely and totally great. Alright. Of course, we got the Nightmare package. Alright. Phoenix deals with back row, special summon monsters, and this thing spins monsters back to the opponent's deck, which is just huge. And of course, this deck has no problem of climbing up the link ladder very quickly, and I do run your one copy of Sarusha Skull's Red. The 4-name effect is something that you can easily do with this deck. Being able to dig into your deck and fix your hand is just huge. Power boosts that it can give to all monsters it points to is also amazing. Alright? And I do run the Boral Brothers in here. Borload to break boards, Boral Sword to OTK. Self-explanatory, but just great cards to overall to have in your extra deck. I mean, if you don't like the Borals, you can always run things like Appaloosa, or even the Abramax. I mean, alright. So guys, that is it for my Yosenju deck for October 2019. Alright. Guys, as always, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this on my channel, make sure to subscribe. Enable the notifications, especially the YouTube notifications, so you don't miss a single upload. Guys, check out the description box below. Find an invite link to my Discord server. Join a conversation. We'll love to have you. Follow me on Twitter at BystanderX79. And guys, until next time, as always, peace.